I went ahead and clicked on the link for Muddy Shoes, and it brought me here. This is a photo I shot actually using my cell phone after my daughter participated in like some kind of mud race. Anyway, let me go ahead and bring this into Photoshop for a second. So cropping, right? Kind of important. I want to walk you through this a little bit. So if I take this image and hit the crop tool, um, first of all, if this pops up, and you'll first see ratio up here, and what that means is that you can go ahead and just arbitrarily crop this to any aspect ratio, which is not necessarily a bad thing to know how to do, but I want to explain why aspect ratio is so important in just a minute. Let's say that I wanted to print this as a 5 by 7. Well, if I go ahead and type in 5 by 7 and command minus, and I get that, so I'm going to reverse it. I know automatically that there are limitations to how much I can include in a 5 by 7 aspect ratio. And then the other thing is that, like, the great thing about cropping is you can get rid of distracting things. So like I see my hand, the shadow of my hand here popping up. So if I come in and crop a little bit more, not only does cropping let you take out distracting elements, but it can change the story sometimes. Like this, obviously, if I come in this close, or if I rotated this and made it more, about this, the shoes I see here, I can automatically change the story and make the image dramatically different in terms of what I'm telling the story about. So I want to mention that because cropping is not just about taking out distracting elements and changing the aspect ratio. So if I go ahead and crop this down to 5 by 7, hit crop, that gives me the final image. And I clicked on the move tool to do that. Another way to do this is if you, let's say if I did that, this pops up in the corner. You can either get a little checkbox, and you can either say, well, I want to crop it or I don't want to crop it. So if I say no crop, I get that. So I've just dramatically changed the story here. And I'm not saying one's wrong or one's right, but it gives you the option. So I want you to crop the image down to a 5 by 7 aspect ratio of your choice. And then when you're ready to, go ahead and hit File, Save As. And I'm going to call this Silver 5 by 7 into my downloads. And then I'm going to upload that to the correct folder, which will be listed again, both here and also on the document.